Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to a very exciting day for Kroger, for Drone Express, for the city of Centerville, for the state of Ohio, and truly for the entire grocery delivery industry. My name's Ethan Grobe. I'm the Director of Last Mile Strategy and Product with Kroger, and I have the honor and privilege of being here to MC today's very exciting event for the launch of our first drone delivery pilot. We have many distinguished guests here today with us to be part of an industry first as we embark on yet another solution that's leading us into the future of grocery e-commerce. And we are so excited for Kroger to be launching this here, not only in the backyard of our headquarters, but also in the backyard of the birthplace of aviation. We are excited to continue our work in transforming the grocery experience with our first drone delivery pilot. Hopefully you've all been following the really exciting trajectory of our e-commerce business. And we believe drone delivery is really the next step, another puzzle piece in our seamless delivery ecosystem, seamless e-commerce ecosystem. And this is going to allow us to meet our goals of delivering something to customers anytime, anywhere, and truly meet them on their terms. We continue to learn from customers who tell us that there are some occasions when they're looking for need-it-now items. They have a sick child at home, they're cooking and they just ran out of a key ingredient, or they have a birthday party and they need a last-minute card before they head out. Kroger has always been a place and a service that customers can trust for these types of occasions, but now we're able to serve these customers faster and with a more convenient solution than ever before. So first up, to speak a little bit more about our entire seamless ecosystem, I'd like to introduce Kroger's Vice President of E-commerce, Bill Bennett.
Thanks, Ethan. I appreciate it. And thank you all of you for being here today. What an amazing, awesome, exciting day to be together to celebrate this big step forward in Kroger's e-commerce journey. Drone delivery is such an interesting step forward for the entire industry. I remember 20 years ago when I placed my very first e-commerce order. I'd invite each of you to think about your own first e-commerce order. Mine was a used book on a website called half.com, and it took over 2 weeks to get to my doorstep. And I was thrilled to get something to my doorstep that I didn't have to go to the store to buy. Just 5 years ago, Kroger launched our own e-commerce services for the first time with pickup. Just a couple years ago, we launched our delivery services to get groceries to your door in 2 hours. And now today, we're launching drone delivery service to get groceries to your door in 15 minutes. We know that our customers' behaviors are changing, their needs are changing, and their expectations of immediacy and the way that the entire ecosystem serves them are changing, and we are here to meet those needs. I want to thank the Wright family and Carillon Historical Park for sharing this incredible experience with us. They've actually given us the opportunity to put a piece of the original Wright Brothers airplane on this very first drone delivery to mark this historic occasion. So thank you to the Wright family for that tremendous opportunity. I understand, by the way, that another piece of this plane is actually on Mars right now. So we're in pretty good company with this experience. I'd like now to introduce Beth Flippo, the Chief Technology Officer of Telegrid.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you all for coming to today's event as we officially launch safe and secure and environmentally friendly drone deliveries for Kroger. A special thank you to the Kroger project team. Through collaboration and teamwork over many months, we are finally ready for liftoff. Drone Express is a division of Telegrid Technologies, and I want to express, sorry to get choked up, my appreciation to my parents who founded this company. Sorry. Drone Express builds upon decades of work at Telegrid on developing cutting-edge technologies for the U.S. military. Our extensive experience with government agencies and support for the military and the DoD gave us the credibility and experience and proven success necessary to bring us to where we are today. We are grateful for all the hard work that FARI did to integrate drone delivery into their logistics software. Like us, they saw a future that included autonomous transport vehicles and quickly adapted to include Drone Express on their platform. I also want to acknowledge the Federal Aviation Administration. We've been extremely fortunate to have been assigned an incredible support team at the agency. The FAA is a big proponent of the drone industry, and as we bring autonomous drone deliveries to more communities across the country through this partnership with Kroger, we are helping them see the possibilities of this technology. Drone Express is a logistics company that works with companies to strategically integrate drone delivery into their supply chain and service offerings. This exciting project is a great example of the unlimited potential of autonomous drones to improve everyday life. Drone delivery provides a powerful tool for brick and mortar stores to reconnect with their communities. Much of what you buy online can already be found in a store right near you and delivered via drone in 15 minutes. These are the same stores that employ our friends, our family, and support our kids' sports teams. It's especially fitting that this pilot project with Kroger is taking place right here in the birthplace of aviation, and we are proud to be part of this community. Our new facility just south of here in Monroe serves as our hub for manufacturing and testing our drones for this current partnership. We are creating 50 to 100 jobs there initially, but the potential for many more in 2021 and beyond. We certainly hope this is the first of many ribbon cuttings as Kroger brings autonomous drone deliveries to more communities across the country. Over the last few weeks, my team and I have gotten to know the Centerville store and its surrounding neighborhood very well. We've conducted tests and have gotten the lay of the land. We've been out in the neighborhood talking to residents and answering questions, and everyone has been really excited and wants to know when they can receive their first drone delivery. I keep telling them soon, and I'm happy to report that today will be our first delivery from the Centerville store that will arrive here shortly. I'd also like to introduce our next speaker, Stephen Wright, who is the great-grandnephew of Wilbur and Orville Wright. He is the great-grandson of Lauren Wright and the second of the 5 Wright siblings that were born to Bishop Milton Wright and Susan Corner Wright. His great-grandfather, Lauren, lived his entire life in Dayton and often worked closely with his 2 more famous younger brothers in the capacity of bookkeeper, unofficial photographer, aircraft handler, secret agent, and most importantly, close, lifelong confidant. Steve lives and works in Dayton as a commercial photographer for over 30 years, and along with his sister Amanda Wright Lane, serves as a trustee of the Wright Family Foundation. The Wright Family Foundation was founded by Amanda and Steve's late father, Wilkinson Wright, to benefit scholarly causes in the field of aviation history and the preservation of artifacts related to aviation. In recent years, the Wright Family Foundation has been dedicated to the preservation and restoration of one of Dayton's greatest architectural treasures, Hawthorne Hill, the home of the Wright brothers. Steve also serves on the board of directors of Dayton History, a local organization whose mission is telling the story and preserving the history of Dayton and the region, and takes great pleasure in serving along with his sister in relating his rich family heritage to others. So please, I will now turn it over to Stephen Wright.
Thanks for that great introduction. And folks, I'm not nearly as polished a speaker as those who were just up here and those who are probably going to come after me, so I'm just going to read from notes if you don't mind. But I'd like to thank Kroger for inviting me here today to share in this event and to acknowledge the pioneering work of Wilbur and Orville Wright. By the time the Wright brothers flew their machine successfully on December 17, 1903, the Kroger company was already 20 years old. So I'd say the term pioneering is equally befitting in describing Kroger. And by the way, I'm sure that I'm not the only one here who is immensely proud that Kroger and the Wright brothers have proudly claimed Ohio as their home. We're here today to help turn the page on a new chapter in the history of powered flight, a history which began even before the Wright brothers' success and the founding of Kroger. The amazing machine that we are about to see fly represents 138 years of advancement in technology over the Wright brothers' 1903 Wright Flyer 1. The Drone Express looks nothing like the Wright Flyer 1, with the possible exception of its rotor blades. That simple observation is critical to what I have to say in a little while after I go off on this tangent. Believe it or not, Drone Express, as well as its slightly more well-traveled cousin, Mars Ingenuity, doesn't go anywhere without employing the same basic aerodynamic design formulas derived by Wilbur and Orville Wright. That discovery happened primarily in the late fall of 1901. The Wrights built a small wind tunnel to verify what they suspected after two full-scale gliders failed to achieve the performance they'd calculated on paper. These guys were scientists. They knew how these things were supposed to perform before they ever flew. They suspected that the formulas derived by previous experimenters were either partially or entirely wrong. Within about a month and a half of wind tunnel experiments carried out in tiny scale with great precision in the back room of their bicycle shop, Wilbur and Orville Wright refined the mathematics of truly efficient airfoil design. And for those of you who aren't geeks like me, it means simply this: the Wright brothers now knew how to design a wing to provide efficient lift and a propeller to generate efficient thrust. They were on the home stretch to achieve powered flight. So, getting back to the simple observation I mentioned earlier, that's why those rotors on Drone Express and Mars Ingenuity look pretty much like the propellers on the 1903 Wright Flyer. At best, modern technology has given us rotors and propellers that are just a few percentage points more efficient than the Wrights' 138-year-old hand-carved wooden props, or so I am told. So without getting deeper into the geek weeds, the Wright brothers' influence on the global industry they founded right here in the Miami Valley extends well beyond just the science of flight. It drove and still drives progress in other sciences such as medicine and materials, to name a few. Wilbur and Orville Wright also established the core research methodologies and the principles of safety and integrity to aviation as well. The flight we're about to see might seem smooth, relatively simple and effortless compared to a mission to Mars or beyond. Just remember, it only seems that way because 138 years of practice and advancement in aviation conveys to us that illusion. And I have to add, the input of a really skilled drone pilot doesn't hurt either. My sincere thanks again to the Kroger Company for allowing me to share this inaugural Drone Express flight with you. And most of all, I'd like to thank Kroger for taking the time to remember the two brothers from Ohio whose audacious dream made this day possible. Thank you.
Thank you again to Stephen Wright and the entire Wright family for volunteering your time and energy and letting us be a part of this inaugural flight with you here today.
Thanks for remembering us.
Always, always. Thank you. I know the drone is here and the moment you're all waiting for, but I do want to first take a moment to thank everybody involved in what it took to bring this to life. As Stephen mentioned, it's 130 plus years of aviation history that's brought us to make something look so simple. And this today is really the culmination of months of planning and research and development from our Kroger and Drone Express teams. And as with any monumental achievement, it really takes a strong team effort and a true partnership. And so in this case, not only our teams, but also the public and private sector working together with federal and local governments to bring something truly game-changing to our customers. Hopefully, this is going to deliver something really awesome to this community and soon communities and customers across the United States. I'd first like to thank the entire Telegrid Drone Express team, especially Beth, Colin, and Jason for your leadership and your partnership in making today possible. I'd like to thank Montgomery County and the City of Centerville, the Police Department from the City of Centerville, Mark Yandrick, Katie Bosdorf, and Mayor Brooks Compton for allowing us to take our first drone delivery flight in this wonderful city. I'd like to thank the Far Eye team, and finally the entire Kroger team who believed in a big vision and moved at a pace that mattered to bring something truly game-changing for our customers. The entire Kroger product development, engineering, and design teams, Jay Scherger, Greg Silverman, Aaron Bucciarelli, Paul Formel, Craig Godden, Ryan James, Stephen Wermuth, Lynn Howitz, Andrew Junker, Jess Kelly and Aaron Rolfus, Jane Zirkle, Todd Willems, Katie and the 8451 team, Ryan, Megan, the entire team. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have all been a part of something that is truly outstanding, and today is such a significant achievement. And I'm so proud to be a part of the team that gets to bring this to life. So, before we get the drone over here, I do want to introduce Montgomery County Commissioner Judy Dodge to say a few more words.
I have a little pressure here. I have to speak quickly because I don't want this drone landing on my head. And may I just say that they told me I could talk for a half hour, but I guess I have to shorten it. Anyway, it's an honor to be here today on behalf of my fellow commissioners, Debbie Lieberman and Carolyn Rice. What a great, great day this is. What a wonderful way to celebrate the momentous partnership between Drone Express and Kroger. This is an exciting advancement that we're proud to see right here in Montgomery County, the cradle of aviation innovation. You know, it's been more than 100 years since Montgomery County became the center of manned flight, and now this collaboration puts our region at the forefront of drone grocery delivery. You know, in the late 1800s, just a little bit of history here, the United States was very interested in the development of manned aircraft, and they found the top mine to get people into the air. The United States War Department and the Smithsonian granted $70,000, which is over $2 million in today's money, to Samuel Langley, based on the success of his models. So, you know, Langley, he was well educated, and he assembled a team skilled in engineering and mathematics to help him build the first airplane. A team of journalists followed his work, reporting on every step of Langley's project. When his team attempted the first flight on October 7th, 1903, his flying machine was launched from a catapult on the Potomac River, and it fell straight into the river. The team tried again on December 8th, 1903, and the machine broke before it even could launch. 9 days later, two brothers from Dayton, Ohio, who ran a bicycle shop, flew their biplane in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. No journalists were there to capture the moment. No crowds had gathered to watch. No one on the Wright brothers team had a college education. Their project was funded from profits from their bicycle shop. Why was it that they were able to take the first flight while Langley and his team couldn't escape gravity? The Wright brothers had one thing: passion. They inspired a small group of Daytonians to help them achieve their dream. Their vision of manned flight became reality and changed the world. Thank heavens. Passion is what I see in this project. When I see Beth and her team talk about this project, their passion is so evident. I'm sure that there are drone delivery companies out there that are better funded and that garner more attention. But this partnership is something special. There is no better place to start this service than right here in Montgomery County, Ohio, in Centerville. Thank you to Kroger and Drone Express for your confidence in our region. And now I want to introduce my very good friend and a wonderful mayor of Centerville, Brooks Compton. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you all for being here this morning. And I just wanted to mention our city manager, Wayne Davis, back there in the back, and city staff have worked extremely hard with Drone Express and Kroger's to bring this to fruition today. My fellow city council members who've had an opportunity to review the applications, et cetera, that have come in with respect to this. We're extremely proud of this day for the city of Centerville, for Montgomery County, and for all of us who consider the city of Dayton, and we know to be the birthplace of aviation. I wanted to mention, if I just could, a little bit about Kroger. Kroger is community. It's community to the city of Centerville. It's community to many, many other communities throughout our area. Kroger, many years back, built a first-class facility down there at the corner, and their marketplace. And we are extremely pleased with the commitment they made to fulfill a first-class obligation. And Kroger, our commitment and your partnership with the city of Centerville has been outstanding. You have been first class in every way. Your service to our community, when the schools call upon you, you fulfill an obligation to serve your community. When the city calls upon you for assistance in environmental efforts, you fulfill your commitment to the city, your community, your state, your county, and your nation. You support our local food pantries. by constantly providing to the citizens in need in our community food that you provide from Kroger. We appreciate that very much. And you provide for those who have had an opportunity to work at and be at the Kroger Marketplace, shop at the Kroger Marketplace, you provide outstanding customer service. We are honored that you selected your great Centerville Marketplace for Kroger here in the city of Centerville, so we appreciate that very much. But I just wanted to mention one other thing. Having Mr. Wright here, there is none of us who have grown up in the city of Dayton who don't consider this to be the absolute birthplace of aviation and everything that has contributed to our community. There isn't anyone who leaves this community who's not had an opportunity to live here, appreciate that they still don't think of Dayton as the birthplace of aviation. I know that North Carolina tries to horn in on that by saying first in flight, but I assure you, those of us in Dayton, we are extremely proud to live in the Dayton community and know that this is the birthplace of aviation. So today, this is another step forward in what the Wright brothers brought to us many years ago by having the ability of Kroger to deliver within 15 minutes needed and emergency supplies for families. So Kroger, thank you very much. You are community to Centerville and many communities throughout this nation. Thank you for all you do. Drone Express, we're honored that you selected this to be with Kroger today and participate. Thank you all for being here, and we look forward to the drone bringing a delivery in just a few minutes. Thank you all. If I could do one additional thing, I did want to read a quick proclamation which the city of Centerville has passed on behalf of Kroger and Drone Express. It says, whereas Barney Kroger opened his first store in Cincinnati in 1883 and the company continues its commitment to the region today. And whereas in its partnership with Drone Express, Kroger demonstrates its innovative approach to improving the seamless customer experience. And whereas grocery delivery by drone will offer customers unparalleled flexibility in the ways they shop and receive deliveries. Whereas each day Kroger associates are inspired to create a culture of uplift both in the store and throughout the community. And whereas the city of Centerville is situated in a region known as the birthplace of aviation, which is befitting to this initiative by Kroger. Whereas the city of Centerville, a community focused on both stability and progress, is honored to have been selected as a national launch site for the introduction of this cutting-edge grocery delivery alternative. Signed this day by me as the mayor of the city of Centerville and affixing the seal for all of the residents of Centerville and this community. We are honored that you're here today. Thank you very much. Richard, we have a piece of the Wright flyer here with us today for delivering a Drone Express.